Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel for a quick Battlefront 2 update. For those of you who don't keep up on the full-scale meltdown the Battlefront community seems to have on a pretty regular basis, I will try to quickly catch you up, as the last couple of weeks have been interesting to say the least. As I'm sure most of you know, we talked about it on the channel when it happened, but because of the current world situation, which I'm sure you guys are all aware of, the developers working on Battlefront 2 needed to move their working setups to their homes just so they could continue working on the game, and because of the time it would take to make that shift to their homes from the studio, the Scarif update that was originally planned for the last week of March was delayed to mid-April, aka this week. And all the way up until a little over a week ago, the developers have confirmed again and again that the update was still on track for a mid-April release, so most of us were expecting the update to have dropped yesterday, or shortly after that, maybe today or tomorrow. Well, last week came and then went, and we still had no new information, which was not a good sign, because we know how DICE tends to work. There's definitely a trend when it comes to them just going completely silent, and they aren't exactly known for the most consistent communication. I didn't want to jump the gun on making any assumption about the update being delayed, so I just kind of waited around to see if we heard anything, and then Monday came and went, and then Tuesday came and went, and the devs had still said nothing about the update. And by that point, the Battlefront Reddit, and pretty much every outspoken person in the entire community, was pretty unhappy with how things were going. YouTubers started making videos about the poor communication from DICE, and I almost made one, but I just decided to wait until Wednesday to see if DICE said anything at all about this update. Well, last night the silence was finally broken, and over on the official EA Star Wars Twitter page, it was announced that yes, the Scarif update has been delayed yet again, and now it's apparently going to be releasing at the end of this month. And for some bizarre reason that is far beyond me, this announcement was accompanied by a random picture of Camino. Don't ask me why, because I don't know. I think it needs to be said that when this update was originally delayed, no one with a shred of sanity was actually upset with the developers. Pretty much everyone is having to adjust some aspect of their lives right now, so the initial delay was totally understandable. What people were upset about this week, which I think is pretty valid, is the communication issue that we're running into yet again, and it's a little worrying if I'm being honest. Delays are perfectly understandable given the circumstances, but communication has been a recurring issue for over 2 years now. Long before anything going on right now affected the studio, these exact problems have happened in the past, and the fact of the matter is, DICE was fully aware this update was not going to be released way before yesterday. They definitely knew their goal date of mid-April was not going to happen probably a week or more ago, and there's really no excuse for waiting until the day the update was supposed to be released to tell us it's delayed again. I'm going to be optimistic and hope this is just a temporary adjustment period, not to the outside world situation, because I don't think that has any impact on DICE being able to tweet out updates, but hopefully this is just a rough patch while DICE finds a new community manager. As you guys know, our longtime CM Ben Walk has left his role as our CM, and as of right now we just don't have one, so there's really been no communication out of DICE for the past few weeks. Any news videos you've seen from anyone over the past couple of weeks haven't really been news, because before yesterday there wasn't any real news about Battlefront, like at all. Just in case you don't know, the community manager is the person that's responsible for communicating with us and telling us everything, and right now we just don't have one. The worst part of it is, and this is a really clear result of what happens when we don't have a CM, but we still don't have the community calendar for April, where they announce the events for each month, and as of today we are over halfway through April, and it still isn't out. We've heard from Total FPS, who is another person who works on the game, that the calendar is still coming, but what is the point of releasing a monthly calendar 3 weeks into the month? That's like buying a movie ticket when the credits are rolling. If we still had a community manager, we doubtless would have been hearing things about the update over the past few weeks. We definitely would have had the calendar by now, and the devs are still working on the game as usual, just from their homes, which I'm sure makes some things a bit harder, but that still doesn't really explain why we still have no idea what day the update is releasing, or what is even in the update. One thing that was kind of frustrating is that Ben confirmed over on Twitter that the full community transmission is done. It's already been written and is ready for release. In my opinion, even if they are going to delay the update again, they should just release the transmission so we know what to expect. The update was supposed to have released over 2 weeks ago, and as of right now, we don't even know when it's coming out, at least we don't know the date, so why not just give us the details on what's in the update to keep the community engaged and build some hype, and then just maybe add a clarification that some things are subject to change, just in case something does change a bit between then and now. I have to say, while Ben wasn't perfect, he did do a pretty good job of telling us what he could, and now that he's gone, well, we're pretty much back to the way communication was before we had Ben, and I really do hope they find someone to replace him that can carry that torch into the future. We do have one other piece of news that just dropped this morning, coming courtesy of Ben himself, who, as mentioned, isn't the community manager anymore, but he does work at DICE in a different role, and he decided to drop a bit of info that confirms that we'll be getting even more skins than we thought we were with the Scarif update. Over on Reddit this morning, people were not so happily discussing how we still don't know what's in the update, and one person said he was hoping that the update would include 2 villain skins at least, to which Ben responded saying yes, there will be at least 2 villain skins, which confirms there will be at least 3 new hero and villain skins in total, but probably 4 from the sounds of it. When they first delayed Scarif, the announcement said that both the heroes and the villains would be getting new appearances, not just one or the other, both light and dark, and most people took that as 1 hero and 1 villain appearance. But now Ben has confirmed that at least 2 villain appearances are indeed coming, and just from the way DICE usually does things, I don't think they'd release 2 for the villains and just 1 for the heroes, but even if they do, we are getting at least 3 new appearances, probably 4. My guess is 1 for Darth Maul. I mean, that one's pretty much a guarantee at this point, something for Vader because a battle damage Vader is like the most requested skin of all time, and for the heroes, I don't really know. The only one I think is really likely is Bespin Luke, but other than that, I don't know which one they'll go for. There are a bunch of possibilities, but I feel like the only super highly requested ones on the light side are already in the game other than Bespin Luke. The only other light side skin that is even close to as requested as skins for the dark side is Chewbacca with 3PO, but for some reason I would be very surprised if DICE ever gets around to that one. I'd definitely be really happy to see it, but I'll be surprised for sure. As far as news goes, that's it for right now. If you're wondering why I haven't uploaded for a week, well, I was stockpiling videos for the week of update. It's always better to release videos when new content drops, so I was planning that, but now that the update has been delayed again, my plan was kinda thrown off. If you were wondering, I have a hero guide for Obi-Wan ready to go, a second video covering more cut content, I know a lot of you guys wanted that one, and a third upload that I've had planned for over a year now, but it was a ton of work and is finally done. I don't want to spoil it, and I also have a 4th upload ready, and I'm just not ready to give that one away yet. I don't want to tell you what it is, but expect those videos in the coming weeks as we await Scarif and whatever is next for Battlefront 2, because a lot is uncertain right now, that's for sure. If you guys did enjoy this video and could drop a like, I would definitely appreciate it, and if you are new, feel free to subscribe. Also, if you do want to make sure you keep up to date on everything, be sure to follow me over on Twitter. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.